Fresh and Seasoned. I'm your host, Joe Schrock. Thanks for coming out in the back there. Thanks for coming out, supporting your local comedy. We've got some of the best comedians in town tonight. Quick shout out next, Friday? Olivia Carter at Durango Arts Center. Coming in from out of town, grab your tickets to that. We will have an intermission tonight, so bars open the whole time. If you need a drink, go for it, just kind of slip out quietly, but there will be like a 10 to 15 minute intermission if you need that. So, cool, anything I missed? So I'm Joe Schrock. I'll shout out myself. I host the open mic at the Subterrane every, second Thursday of the month. So if you want to try comedy, come out. Does this shout like midlife crisis to you? I feel like that's where I'm at. It doesn't? How about now? I got these shoes because my kids were making fun of me. Because I was wearing like bright orange hiking shoes and blue jeans like all the time. What's the problem, right? My kids are like, those are dad shoes. I'm like, yeah, I'm a dad. But yeah, my kids always. But dating, that was the biggest adjustment. Because I was married for a long time, and I married the second person I ever dated. So when you go from that back, it turns out when you go back to dating, you still suck at dating. Okay? And I have 5 kids.
Whoa, my God.
Yeah. That's a choice you can make. I'm pretty sure they're all mine. Because none of them look like me. They're all blonde hair and blue eyes. So, especially when they were little, when we'd go out, it looked like I was the chaperone on like a Mormon school field trip. That or like the Hitler Youth or something. And a side note, if you ever want to get out of a date like it's not going well and you really need to hit the eject button, just tell them you have 5 kids. Really effective. So when I started dating, I felt like I needed to really plan for this. Like I read a book, right? And I was like, first thing, I need a vasectomy. Obviously. Yeah. So, and I had a female doctor for that. That was fun. So I go and I tell her, okay, I need like the no coming back, nuclear option. Cut them off if you have to. I don't care. And she goes, okay. So if you go home and you bring me a sample in a couple weeks, and I look at it under the microscope, your chances go down to like 1 in 2,000. And I was like, I'll just stop having sex. So I go home, and I do my thing, and I come back a couple of weeks later, sample cup in hand, and that's kind of an awkward moment, right? Like you walk in the door and you're like, where do I go with this thing? I walked up to the woman at the front desk and I'm like, do you want this? She's like, what are you, Elon Musk? No, I don't want that. So I got that out of the way. And then I thought, I need to brush up on sex ed. Because I was married for 15 years. And before that, I was conservative. So, yeah, my sex ed, I thought, I think I was in high school before I realized you couldn't get AIDS from a toilet seat. So I get on the CDC's website, and I'm reading about STIs, and it says, chlamydia and gonorrhea, if left untreated, can lead to infertility. I was like, really? I feel like this solves a problem for me. So I canceled the vasectomy. went to find myself some chlamydia. So I did that, and then I started on the apps, as one does. And when you start out, like you're so full of hope, and you're picky. Like there's so many people to choose from. You're like, I don't want that hairstyle, whatever. But we live in a small town. You can reach the end. Anyone else with dopamine addiction? You can reach the end, and so you open the app, and for a couple days, Tinder's like, yeah, got nothing for you. But Tinder's smart about it. After a couple days, they'll start recycling people. They're like, yeah, how are they looking now? So our first comedian coming up tonight, you may recognize from The Follies. She had a totally righteous role. Give it up for Sophie Horlick.